Hello, everyone. This is Naomi Kili, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here. And if you're just jumping on in, just say hello in the chat box, so just so that I know that you're listening in. So let me just check if who can hear me. If you can hear me, just say hi. I can hear you. Okay, awesome. So Christine says she can hear me. Do you guys hear an echo at all? Is it okay? Does it sound fine? Okay, there's an echo. Okay, I turned it off. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited for us to really get started on this because this is a very, very big a revolution that I'm starting. And I am so happy that you're here to really be part of this new journey. So if you're just listening, just say hi and just say where you're listening in from, just so I know like you are there listening in. And just say, what do you want to get out of this webinar? And what is it that you're really looking for now to really step into your leadership? What is your true intention? So if you could just type that up in there, I would so be happy to hear what you feel is the next steps for you. All right, so let's just get started. So today is really about stepping into your highest potential. And I think it's time that we as a whole really start to be in alignment. And so if you feel like, you are in that new journey and you're like ready to say like, that's it, like I'm ready to step into what I need to become, then this is the perfect webinar for you. So today we are going to, learn the 3 steps on how to get visible, get on big media, guest blogs, magazines, podcasts, and manifest whatever you desire utilizing your soul-aligned manifesting blueprints. And I want to really just welcome you from my heart. So aloha. And I'm honored and excited to be here next for you to really step into your newest level and help you to make an impact and shift your realities, right? So a lot of what I'll be talking about in this webinar has really helped my clients and my audience and those that really do come in contact with me to really shift into, a new life and business where there's stepping into basically your brilliance. So today I will share my new secrets on how to really monetize your divine gifts instantly, and the steps that it took for me to really step into my leadership and the real truths of what it takes to get into soul and business alignment and then start to really manifest with ease, because really that's how we are designed. We are meant to create things with ease. But we have been taught for so long that we have to hustle, we have to work hard to get what we want, right? And also I'll talk about what it takes to really use your own energetic signature, which I call your power soul words, in order to start really leading your divine soul tribe. So in today's webinar, mostly we talk about what we call the energetics of business and really how to apply these principles into your business. And because this is really like my expertise. My whole story has gone, being a psychic monk and everything, but really what I've learned is that everything that you learn spiritually, you have to apply in your life and your business. And that's what my expertise is. I help people to really see what their soul's design is and then how to really use that energetics, right? The energy and transform their lives. So specifically how I do this is I actually read the energies of your life and business in your Akashic records as my tool, and really connecting you to your higher self, your spirit guides, the Galactic Council, and helping my tribe to really be initiated into being source. And that is my mission in this world, is to really initiate the new leaders who really truly wants to make an impact and be of service for humanity. So when I look at your business, I basically see you as a whole person, and I see you very, very clearly, whatever you're missing, what is needed, what makes you really unique, what makes you stand out. And I try to see everything and bring all those pieces of yourself back together so that you can really totally show up authentically in your life and your business. So my niche is I love working with very driven industry leaders who already are in business and help them to align to their own unique divine gifts and their unique biz model, because there's various very specific biz model that your soul was meant to create, and really how to utilize all of your divine soul blueprints so that you can really up level and then manifest whatever you desire in your life and business. And I can also clear all of those soul level blocks to help you leverage and create more time freedom. So really what I'll be doing a lot in this webinar is I'm going to tell you the truth a lot. So I'm very aware that not everything you may like, and whatever I say, it's good, might be feel a bit uncomfortable inside, because I'm basically trying to really move your consciousness. So really try to listen from an open heart, and I will try to do the same too, so that we can really, help each other at these next levels, especially now that we are, if everybody knows, we had the 9/9 portal, right? Open up, and we had the Mercury retrograde, and all kinds of stuff was just all happening at an energetic level. And so now until almost in October is when we're really going to step into our highest potential. So I feel like this is your next step, right? Stepping it up. So I'll tell you really the biggest secret of how to create success in your business. And once you actually understand how to apply those energetics in your life and business and really start to get into divine alignment, just everything just starts to flow. And this is also how you can actually really start to really make an impact and start to lead your tribe, right? Because right now we are being asked by Source, are you ready to step it up and lead your tribe, right? So please try to stay with me, till the end, because in the end, I will really share the two big keys that has allowed me to skyrocket in my business this year. And also you'll be able to ask me, whatever questions that you wish. So just, have an open mind. And I also have some prizes at the end. So I love doing webinars. It's just a way that I can really connect with my tribe. And I'm always experimenting things. So a lot of the times when you come and see my webinar, even if it's very similar title, a lot of the stuff that I've been experimenting, I will be announcing during my webinar. So if you really enjoy my webinars, please continuously show up, and I'm going to teach you a lot of stuff, right? So in this webinar, I'm actually going to give away a free scholarship for my new 14-day group Soul Line Challenge, which is valued at $497. So it's actually coming up in September 29th. So just be sure you stay to the end, because and typically I usually run my webinars about an hour and a half at most. So you can really get all the information, but also you could have a chance to win. So, and then also I will be giving an Akashic Records group healing session live here right now. So if you're here live, then you're going to be able to experience, healing. So if you want to win this paid 14-day group challenge program, simply just put in the comment below the screen here that, just the word win, and put your first name, so that my VA, Christine, can really count and see who's there, right? Just put win in your first name, and she's going to put you in a raffle and announce the win, and then I'm going to announce the winner at the end of the webinar. And then also you'll have actually a chance to get my exclusive offer, which is to get into my 14-day group Soul Line Challenge, where you will be able to be guided by me of all the things I will be sharing in this webinar, and how to really manifest whatever you desire, utilizing your own divine soul's manifesting blueprints. So let me go back and just again introduce myself. I'm Leimomi Kaylee Cooley. I'm a native Hawaiian intuitive soul alignment coach, and I'm an advanced certified SR Akashic Records reader. So that's the type of work that I do. I'm a master feng shui energy shifter. I'm a Reiki master, teacher, and Dreamtime Healer. I'm basically like the bridge for humanity and the Galactic Council. And I'm gifted in being an empath, a clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and a claircognizant. So I pretty much can pick up in your vibration and really guide you. My passion is really helping the influencers to be a leader in their industry and impacting millions. And I help conscious entrepreneurs basically utilize their unique energetic signature and their divine soul blueprints. And I love helping multiple 6-7-figure influencers really up level with ease and in epic time by actually like clearing those soul level blocks to success using the Akashic records. And I basically initiate them to reconnect to source and show them how to really like have it all and really have more fame and fortune, impacting millions while like staying in alignment with your soul's design. So that's like just my official introduction. If this is the first time you're meeting me, I had to explain that, right? Of course. So simply, I'm just really a spirit, just having a beautiful human experience, nothing really special. Because I really know that being special means nothing. And all it is all about is just you really want to believe in yourself. That is all that really matters, because we are just all special. So let me just give you a background about myself. Before I was 21 years old, I really suffered a lot from PTSD. If you know what that is, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. And I struggled with depression and anxiety and suicide and anorexia on the inside, but on the outside, I looked fine growing up, right? And I really strived to be like academically the best in school. And I was just like determined to be the first person to go to college in my family. I got scholarships and I funded my whole entire college experience. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in psychology in 3 years, which is insane because it's not easy to take 6 classes in college, right? And through my pursuit to really like heal myself, I joined this spiritual group as a master energy yoga teacher and like a psychic monk. So basically I gave readings and healings, and I managed big yoga studios and metaphysical storefronts, and starting from the age of 21. So imagine what you were doing, right? At 21 years old, I was like totally determined to like save the world and make a difference. And I really did. I spent like 10 years after that, like just like a Mother Teresa CEO, being of service to others, making an impact, making millions in that spiritual group. And I was activating, managing, teaching, healing, yoga, energy healing, qigong, metaphysical healing, arts centers all throughout the US. And, you know, taking a center that was like pretty much minus, it was pretty going under till or less than 5K, and then going all the way to 53K in a month consistently, where I would make 35K every month or more. And I worked really like 7 days a week. It's crazy, but I did that for 10 years. No vacations. I gave thousands of free readings and healings. And I was just, like I said, really on a pursuit to save the world. I really wanted to make an impact. So in my mind, I always have that like driven feeling that I have to help humanity. And I really lived that life like a monk, what you call a monk, but like more of a modernized monk. And I led thousands of people in a spiritual group, and I simply just really started small. Every time when I was introduced to a new center, I started small, and then I built all of the systems and the practices and like everything that's really needed in order for the spiritual group, the way that they were doing. I basically invented a lot of their work. But it's hard to believe, but I was really like an introvert, and I made the impact and I led whatever movement, whatever I needed to do. But, you know, I was still trying to be visible, but I was scared and out of my mind. So I know what it feels like to be scared and not being able to step it up, because I was always like trying to go against the norm. But then I met my husband, and then like everything changed. My whole life turned upside down, you could say, right? Like it was one of those like initiations, and my spiritual teacher didn't like it. And I just had to like give up my title, my status. I left everything behind and never looked back. I literally like, just think of it like you're leaving your doctorate degree behind, and like you never ever can talk about what you did before. That was pretty much what I had to do. And so we moved from Sedona, Arizona, and we moved here to the big island of Hawaii. And now we're actually moving to Maui, with really like nothing in our pockets, like just our suitcases. And I was about to give birth to our son, and I had a conscious water lotus birth. at home, and I had now my beautiful son is like 3 years old. But we tried our best to live simply. We take long walks. We always try to be in nature, live off the island, try to create conscious relationships and community. And now I'm here to really step it up and help online entrepreneurs to step into their leadership. So up until that time, I really felt like saving the world and serving was like my purpose. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you also might have been thinking that before. But you have to realize that's just an illusion. Just like pursuing money and fame and fortune, right? Like being a special expert, or people need to follow your specific thing, right? Or being a special healer with superpowers. It's all really an illusion. So you have to know that you are meant for a bigger purpose, but you're not really supposed to be so-called special, right? We are all special. So I know that was a very big lesson for me. And I know that you are different though. You really want to live a very heart-centered, conscious life, being totally your full potential, no more hiding, but just like consciously creating and leading. And so when I say you're really stepping it up, I really mean it. That when you step it up, your soulmate clients are going to really feel your authenticity and just really focus on your self-expression and do what you care deeply about, because your perspective is totally unique. No one is exactly like you, right? And to really making an impact and really start to attract that soulmate clients, it really starts from inside. Your impact, meaning you just want to self-express, but self-express from the meaning of what you're channeling directly from source. And I mean, from very deep within your soul, there's really this unique message in your heart. There's like a core message, like a subtext under your core message, basically, that really lights you up. And you really need to get out there and just say it. Be yourself, and, of course, be human, and take actions to really express what you have inside, because now is the time to do it. I've done probably almost 1 million like free paid readings by now. I don't even know how much I've done actually. And I read like so much of people's divine soul blueprints, and I have yet to find anyone that is exactly the same blueprint. It's like almost impossible. We're all like snowflakes. We're totally unique. And so you see, your purpose is really to like live and be and embody your divinity here in your body, and accept your humanity, meaning accept your humanness, right? Our body, we came in this body despite all of our limitations. There's nothing else really to pursue. It's just really to be and enjoy a spirit in this body. So with this, I really decided I'm just going to test myself, like experiment and see what happens, and really create a whole new reality for myself, and truly create a peaceful, divine, soul-aligned abundance. And I did. I went from like being on welfare to not being able to, be out there. And I was hiding for, I don't know, like, I think it was like 2 years or so before I really started to step into the online world. So really the key is really stepping into being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, and like leading your industry, and really decide that you're going to create the life of your dreams. But also you need to also remember that, with freedom comes responsibility. So if you are really ready to uplevel in your business, and your ego just really won't like it. So it wants to always stay the same. It wants to do the same thing over and over again, right? So you have to be willing in your mind to shift and make real life changes. I mean, like make real life changes, like actions, not thoughts, right? Actions into that. Because those real life actions are what's going to propel you, not decisions. There's a difference between, your actions and decisions, right? Because with choice comes consequences. So every action that you take right now, by you actually even watching this webinar, right? Like you made an action, it's a choice, and there is consequences. So obviously, as you get more in touch with your energy, right? Because we're all energy. Everything is made up of some form of energy, and it's not just matter. And because we are like energy, so is our business. It's our living expression of our being. Our business is us. It's dependent on us. It's like the spiritual vehicle that will allow you to embody your divinity in your body, right? So we are basically that energetic exchange and that embodiment of our soul's energy. So in order for you to create success in your business and really start to lead your community, you must be totally in alignment to your gifts. And I'm talking about your divine gifts, and bring those energetic qualities into, your business. So with that said, your financial abundance will come when you act as vessels of energetic exchange of your value. So if you want to create more money in your business, you must work on taking strategic, like divinely soul-aligned actions, and ultimately be that transformation that you're offering, right? You cannot sell anything that you don't embody, right? So that is how you know what to sell, actually, is because you embodied it, you experienced it, and so now you can actually sell it. But if you're selling something that you don't embody, then that's why you're getting crickets, right? So this means you really need to move your energy and really start to align to your 10-dimensional aspects of your soul. Clearly, the dissonance is in each of those dimensional aspects, and lining them up directly and connecting directly to source. But usually our divine soul blueprints have been like corrupted by our past life choices or choices that we make in this lifetime. And we end up living our past life instead of living in our present lives. So if any of your blueprints are actually in any kind of misalignment, then you start to feel that in your body and in your mind. So that's why the noise in your head gets louder. You start thinking too much. You ever like have monkey head, monkey mind? That's what's happening, is all of your fourth dimensional, your fifth dimensional, and your third dimensional aspects, they're all misaligned. So I found that if you clear all of those lower dimensional aspects, right, you will be able to not have anything be blocking you to move forward. But usually why people are not able to take action is because their 3D blocks of their body and their DNA is there, their fourth dimensional blocks, which is all in the mind and the mindset and the illusions and the cords attachments. And then you've got like the fifth dimensional aspects, which is like all the stuff of what you want to create right now. But then, in your Akashic records, all of that past life stuff is all there, right? So we have to really live in alignment with our soul's gifts, but at the fifth, fourth, and third dimension aspects, and it must not have all of these distortions in our old being. So what usually happens is, yes, you become successful too. You can make a lot of money and maybe even have abundant relationships and maybe like have fame, but then suddenly you start to get panic attacks and weird issues start popping up and you don't know why. And the reason is because your divine soul blueprints have been tainted in that way, right? So you're like basically living your past life. It's because we are growing at all new levels of our abundance. So whenever it's not at our highest good in our divine soul blueprints, it basically like blows up in our face, right? And what happens is our like 7 dimensions of our aspects of, usually that dimension aspect of our being, that's when we become famous, and we're all about being in relationships with a lot of people, and we end up like putting so much energy there that it expands too much, and we end up feeling tired, deflated, even though we experience that huge influx of that like fame and fortune and impacting millions. It like pretty much like blows up in your face, and you're experiencing it in your body, mind, and spirit. So this is why it's so important to clear those parts of your dimensional aspects so that you can really live here and now. So as we start to develop our awareness and move into our business from the 5th dimension aspect, this is where a lot of our ideas and our soul self-expression actually starts. And then we need to bring it into our 4th dimension aspect, which is, marketing your idea, doing sales calls, talking about what you do with everyone until that becomes a real emotional charge. And then those thought forms of those clients and those customers that see you a lot, right? And once they see that, then it's much easier for you to offer your new offer, right? To do the 3rd dimension aspect, which is where you start to receive your ideal clients and your customers, and they're giving you the money for exchange of your value that you're offering. So, but most of the time, especially in the online space, our 4th dimensional aspects and like will not be in alignment if we have not brought it all the way into the 3rd. So everybody's all like liking your offer, but they're not really buying, right? So our role as an entrepreneur is we actually need to ground it and create systems that allow us to monetize our divine gifts. And this is, there's no one out there really to do that for you. Only you know what you like and what you want to look like in terms of your whole business, because your divine gifts is yours and it's not anyone else's. You only know what you actually embody. So you have to understand also, one of the biggest things when you are being more visible and getting more publicity, there is all of these multidimensional levels that I just talked about of your consciousness is all happening all at once. And you will feel it. You'll feel the energetic sensitivity to other people's energies. You know, you're going to feel like you want to hide. And the reason that you feel like you're hiding is because all of your fifth and fourth and third dimension aspects, they are all distorted, right? So you feel not safe to like take your message out there. So making an impact and leading, to me, really is about doing what you love, getting paid for that value of whatever you're expressing, which means from that fifth dimension level, which is really your, you know, the idea, and in your Akashic records, and shifting that reality into the fourth dimensional level until it becomes a real emotional, mental charge and thought forms for people around you to really, really want to work with you in your business, right? So it may feel very scary to be visible. And because energetically, you are actually shifting your realities and your whole lifestyle business all at once. And it will need to be in congruence to what you are at soul level. So if it's not completely authentic and it's not in alignment, we can feel this vulnerability. Our heart chakra is just like feels weird, and you can feel that discrepancy, right? So every time we up level and achieve our vision and we get publicity, we energetically are pulling that different levels of consciousness into our fourth and our fifth dimensional levels. And we may spend just as much time like addressing, we actually need to address also our lack just as much as our abundance. So working on our systems and leveraging whatever was working, making things sustainable and consistent so that you start to get the monetary rewards. And that's really the secret, is you need to be able to systemize everything at some point as you grow your business. So as you create more abundance and energetically, you become much more brighter. Like, you know, people say that, right? They notice that, oh, you're like much more happier, you know, you're more vibrant, because you have basically allowed source energy to penetrate into your third dimensional levels, which, you know, brings in more money. Also, if you are able to accept that and receive that transaction in your fields. So this is why your self-expression and making an impact and like really leading your movement is so important, because it allows your soul to experience really deep like awakenings to your own truth within your human body's experience. So here is really the real truths of what it takes to really take your business to the next level, and being on podcasts and magazines and guest blog posts and media opportunities, you know, building your soul factor, which I call that your like and trust factor. And, you know, really stepping into your soul leadership role is, you know, and really knowing what that's all about. So as you grow your soul, you also need to grow your like and trust factor, which is I call your soul factor, right? It is the energy of your soul that your soulmate clients are actually aligning to. So if your energy is divine power, then these are the audience and the clients that need power in their life, needs to be inspired, needs to step into their power, right? So they will actually experience the deep levels of transformation because it is aligned to what the energy of your soul is. And that's why they start to respond, and you start to attract them. So if you don't know what your soul's energy is, it can be that missing piece that you might energetically need, because when you're clear about that, you start to bring in your right people, and they will just like eat up everything that you want to share, right? So we actually have a primary and secondary type of energies that we embody. So if you if they actually didn't need it, right, in some form, then they wouldn't even show up in your life. It's the same thing for me, right? If you didn't have the same kind of energy that you wish, which is I'm all about love and connection, then you wouldn't be showing up to this webinar, right? So if you needed more truth and wisdom, or creation, for example, then you would be like following somebody else. So this is how soul factor works. right? It's basically what I call it, and it's carrying that really like trustworthy, like and trust factor that particular soulmate client energetically needs, and they start aligning to you, and somehow that's actually why there's no really competition, because we're just being who we are. And your soulmate clients are actually 3 steps vibrationally like below you and 2 steps vibrationally above you. So you can actually vibrationally help them get into that new level. So it's better that they work with you rather than a 6 or 7 figure coach, because they're like way up ahead, right? So it's so important to have the right people around you that are at the same vibrational level, or at least 1 step above you. And if you do want to work with somebody, just make sure that they are at the level that will help you energetically, right? So I hope I'm not losing everybody here. This is the energetics of business, right? So, so what is soul alignment and divine soul alignment in your business, right? What does it really mean to create a divine business? And to me, a divine business means that you're aligned to your unique energy of your divine soul blueprints and of your higher self, and that higher self expression of your divine gifts, which is actually you're connecting to source. And you're delivering that source energy to others and bringing that into your own self-expression. And that is what we call really a divine business. So the more we self-express, clear those soul level blocks, our divine soul blueprints are just really like this cascade of water for source. Well, the energy will start flowing more easily in us, and it feel much more easier to like bring in the new force energy that you want to create. And this is why people say like you're on fire, right? Because you're ultimately that energy of abundance, and people can feel it. So the truth is, when we originally came from source, our soul was originally like a certain energetic quality, like this energetic matrix. And I found there's about 8. So usually we have like a primary, secondary type of energy. This is your soul's gifts I'm talking about. True divine soul alignment is lining up to that very specific energy that is usually 7 to 10 dimensional level of aspect of yourself, and bringing that down to 3rd dimensional of your body, and then starting to apply that energy into your actual business. So it's basically you take that energy of what you are at soul level, and then you start to actually act upon it, right? So if you're divine power or your divine wisdom, then your divine power, you should be starting to do powerful making powerful decisions in your life to really help people to be in their power. Or if you're wisdom, then definitely you're about teaching people how to be in alignment using universal law, right? Is that actually what you are really lining up to? It's not necessarily your gifts, right? Your gifts is basically your tools, but I'm talking about the energetic quality of what you are at soul level. And that usually you can only really check for sure is actually when I look in your Akashic records. It really helps me to pinpoint what is your real energy. So what does it mean to really monetize your divine gifts? It really means to embody your own unique divine energy and bring that into your business offers, right? Which in exchange, you get the value, which is the money, which is the transaction at the 3rd dimensional level for you. So I want to actually hold the space for you to get into soul alignment. So I will basically create the sacred space for the group. And so we're going to do an Akashic record healing. So if you could just, have your spine stand up straight and just like bring your awareness back into your body. And as I'm talking, I'm going to help to release any of these blocks or anything that's really blocking right now. So you might feel, some energetic like movement. So I want you to actually experience your unique signature. And since my energy is divine love and sacred space and authenticity, I can actually hold this space even bigger capacity than just everybody in this webinar. So for the sake of this, I'm going to open up with your permission, only if you want to now, okay? With your permission, I'm going to open up your Akashic records. And in this webinar, in all dimensions and all space, all timelines, and you're going to receive your own unique energetic signature, which will help you to feel into your divine soul alignment. So all you really need to do is just really tap into this energetic sacred space that I just put out there, this energetic field, and just allow that to really come through the top of your head into your heart space. throughout your body and just really feel that connection back to source and the energy, and release all of that old residue, the hurts, all those fears, all those anxieties, whatever you feel like you're holding on to right now. I want you to release it. And as you're really listening to my words and really getting in touch with that new kind of energy, whatever you feel, just like really acknowledge it. And even when you're listening into this, you might be starting to get some downloads. And if you get some downloads, go and write it down, right? Take that information, and I really, really want you to utilize that. So here we go. Here is really the 3 steps that I used in order to get visible in big media, guest blog posts, magazines, podcasts, manifest whatever I wanted, utilizing my soul's gifts, blueprints, and manifesting blueprints. And really what it took to really use my power words to captivate my audience, right? My tribe. And then the 5 common mistakes that I see that highly conscious entrepreneurs really struggle with. So as you're listening in, just really feel the energy. It's going to clear out any weird energies that are surrounding you, even in your environment. I'm going to ask your higher self and your guides and your angels to really hold that space for you right now to help you to feel into that new energy, this new space. There's a higher vibration of your divine abundance that you're feeling right now. And it's going to lead right into your body, and it's going to help you to calibrate you to a whole new level. So here's those 3 steps that I did. I know this is why you're here. This is actually, it's more of a consciousness that I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, this is how I got so much attention energetically, because I was just so aligned to my gifts, that it allowed me to really step into a whole new level. So here's that first step. Step 1 is you really, really need to create your soul factor. And really shift that consciousness, that thinking that you have to like be in this mindset of leading yourself into being a business owner, and really like step into your leadership role, because there's really a difference between your soul alignment of just doing business versus you doing soul alignment, which is just creating divine abundance in your business. Is very, very different. Most people are doing business. They're just like spinning their wheels. They're trying to create something new, throwing the offers out there, but nobody's biting, right? But when you're really in that divine abundance, the reason that you're in the divine abundance is when you create this mindset shift. This is not something you just think in your head. This is actually like energetically, you create this new consciousness for yourself, which is you are a business owner, you're a leader. And when I really decided, I think it was about 2 months ago, when I decided that I was going to totally step into my leadership as being a business owner, that's when my entire life trajectory changed. Like it went even faster than what I already did before. I could really, really feel the difference. So this is really the truth. What is actually blocking you right now is you have not up-leveled your consciousness to having that ability to expand yourself more than what you are right now. This is not a mindset, like I said. This is a level of mastery that you create in your 3rd dimensional world. And the only way that you create that is actually through aligned action. So that was the first level that you need, is you need to shift that consciousness from this mindset that I'm just this observer in the world, right? I'm an employee. And even saying that you're an entrepreneur, actually, there is a difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner and a leader. There is definitely a difference. As an entrepreneur, you also have this idea of yourself that I have to work hard. And I tend to go up and down with my emotions, and I like have to create whatever. And, you know, where you're kind of experiencing this like feast or famine type of effect, right? So you can go with like good months and then some bad months, and then like sometimes when you're just like want to go back to your 9-to-5 job, and you're basically what you're doing is you're treating like your business like a hobby, not something like it's your own baby, right? Like if your parents The moment that you had a baby, you were responsible for that person's life. Whether you like it or not, you're responsible because you created that baby, right? So if you are a business owner and a leader and you have that kind of mindset, you basically will be thinking like, oh, I already made it. I make more than 10K months consistently, and you just own it, you step it up. And it's not because you're thinking about it, but because you just lead and with no ego attached, and you just like focus on making bigger impact. And this is the common theme that I've told myself over and over and over again. Like whenever it kind of feels a bit hard, I would keep saying to myself, like, how can I make a bigger impact? What is it that I can do today that's going to like help me to get more and more and be a bigger impact? And every time when I ask myself that question, Source always gives me a bigger thing to do. Always something so much bigger than I can even imagine. So this is how you know you've shifted your consciousness, right? It's actually because you become in that mode of like, this is you're just stepping into, this is your inner authority. And no matter what, you will just self-express your gifts and you stay true to your message. And despite whatever anybody else says or thinks about you, you just have this unapologetic mindset that, you know, you're just going to get media opportunities. Like you're just going to expand yourself, right? You're going to be more who you truly are. And you're just going to say like, yep, this is it. I'm going to expand myself. I'm just going to expand my reach. I'm just going to think bigger, think bigger, think bigger. And every day I just ask myself, well, how can I think bigger? What can I do to make a bigger impact? What can I do to share my message? What can I do to make people see how they are not in soul alignment? Because anyway, that's my mission, right? How can I make people see that? And you know, the only way to actually do that, to make a bigger impact, is you have to get in the media. You have to get in the masses. So if this is something you've been resisting for a very, very long time, like I'm seriously telling you, go start pitching, go start getting out there, and think bigger than Facebook. Think bigger than social media. Think bigger, like how am I going to get on TV? How am I going to get on magazines? How am I going to share my story about like this part of my life that I know people need to hear? You know, and that's all you think about. That's what I think about every day. And that was a major, major step. I'm telling you, like, if you don't do this in your business, you're not going to make it in entrepreneurship or in anything in your life. You're going to feel very disempowered. So the only way is make that like a business owner mindset, like divine responsibility. I can go on and on with this about divine responsibility. I am in charge of my evolution of my soul. I am in charge of everything that I create in my life, you know, good or bad, right? With choice comes consequences. And I am going to create the life I desire. If you make that mindset and you take action towards that mindset, you're going to see stuff starts to change. I'm not kidding. It does change everything. It's like this inner seed that you have to like water until it like expands into a beautiful flower, right? This is why actually I've been really successful in anything I ever did, because I never asked permission from anybody. I just self-expressed. I figured it out myself. But if I didn't know what it is, and I just like, you know, vibrationally, you know, found somebody that could really help me to create that. So this is what I call, you are like a soul factor leader, or like a soul alignment leader. Is you always keep thinking like, I'm not only a student, I'm a teacher, and I humbly listen to my tribe and I act from the common good of all. When you go through that initiation period of stepping into the leader of your movement, it can be very shocking, but this kind of a humbleness is so key. And I find that this is why people go on the online space and they think like, oh yeah, I'm a leader, right? So some people don't really make it because they're not humble. And the more you're humble about what you truly want to share in the world, and you're grateful for everything you have, the more like people will naturally want to follow you because you're authentic. So you really need to do it with your unique soul's gifts in mind. right? If your business is your divine self-expression, so then like, why would you need to listen to other people, what they think about your ideas? Or how should you run your business, right? How should you run your movement? Who should follow you? All of this stuff, right? We're never perfect, and it's really a silly question, but we tend to do this, and this is probably why you're stuck, because there's a part of you not really seeing your own uniqueness, because no one will ever tell you that, oh, someone out there is going to tell me like how to do this. Not even your higher self or your angels, your business coach, or some device that you're using. Like, totally, you're creating your reality right now, right? You need to first embody, take responsibility of what you wish to create, and then do that very quickly. And because we're really meant to be creators, not co-creators. We are creating together, of course, obviously, because we're in the same field, but actually we create our own holographic image of what we want in our life, right? And it's true, the third dimensional physical world is pretty ruthless, right? Like, there's a lot of limitations. And this is why we came here, because we wanted to experience limitations, right? So that was really my breakthrough. And I realized as an entrepreneur, our business is just this big experiment, because we're moving heaven on earth, right? We need to fall in love with what we do. We need to fail totally flat on our face. We need to succeed 1,000 times before we really start to really like push and break through, right? We don't stop pushing when the baby's coming out, right? Like, you just keep pushing until the baby's out, until you're truly, really stepping it up and bringing that message to the world. So now, if you have seen on the screen there, below our screen here, you'll see there's actually some options of how to really start to, how to get into soul alignment and start to get into manifesting what you want. And so there's a button below the screen. It should say like sign up now. And then there's, it explains what it is that I'm offering. And so this is the next way that I wanted to express my new gifts to the world and my sacred work, is this new method of soul aligned manifestation method. And this came from actually over the past 6 months to 7 months. Like, I really experimented a lot on this, on myself, on my clients, and I basically was able to narrow down exactly how people manifest according to their own soul's design. So a lot of people have been asking me, how can they work with me, and like, how can they get into their new next level? But I didn't really have a cheaper choice to do that. So now you have this chance. If you don't see it, then just make sure you refresh the screen so you can see that. So right now you can get a chance to get into my 14-day group Soul Aligned Manifestation Challenge. And it's actually priced at $497, which is normally really all the stuff that I teach in my 10K programs. And we're going to really start on September 29th. So it's actually in a few months, on Thursday. And you can basically choose, $197 of 3 payments, or the VIP option, which is $1497. And these 3 payments for $555. So otherwise, after this webinar, it's going to go up to $597 and $1997 for VIP, because we're getting really, really close. And so this is a really good opportunity for you to step it up in your leadership. And I'm going to actually teach you how to use your soul's gifts to specifically manifest what you desire using your soul's gifts, especially your manifesting blueprints. So I know that most of you are already, if you're not following me, you have some kind of psychic ability or some spiritual gifts, right? And you know that you need to really expand yourself and impact more people and be a leader in your industry, right? And you know that you really want to manifest you've already probably even manifest amazing stuff, but you haven't figured out how to do it consistently. And I have to tell you that when you do it soul aligned, it's so easy that you can manifest it like within days. I've even come to a level where I can manifest whatever I desire in less than 2 days by just taking a soul aligned action. So what is actually really missing when you are trying to manifest is you don't have your personal manifesting blueprints, and everybody has their own blueprints, really totally your own unique blueprints. And I discovered that by using your blueprints, there's a foundational like roadmap in order to up-level all your other life areas that you've been wanting. And when you do that, on top of gaining more visibility and stepping into your leadership and getting into the media and Huffington Post or like podcasts and stuff like that, you really will feel more like in alignment, and you'll basically start to stop hiding, right? And again, I've experimented on all of this, and I could figure out to the T what is the unique way that your soul does it. So if you're really ready to share, that in the world, I was actually able to do all of this like in the past 2 weeks. I've even like taken up a big notch too. Like since I'm moving to Maui, just by doing this method, this soul aligned manifestation method, actually I was able to find our new house, and of course with my husband's help, because he's manifesting a lot of the things too, and able to make 16K in less than 2 weeks, grow my Facebook group to over 300 members in like 3 days, I think. All of these kind of things of what I've manifested before, it was because I was able to take just very specific soul line actions, and then that's like totally brought me to a whole nother level. And so I really want this for you. In a very short period of time, I've like tested it, and even I've gotten like over 20 JV partnerships. I've gotten Huffington Post, even on Ariana's new Thrive Global. I met celebrities in person and other entrepreneurs in person. I've gotten like on guest spot interviews on like over 10 podcasts. So all of that stuff I was able to do in a very short period of time because I just took soul line action, and I was able to use my manifesting blueprint. So I know that this works. I know that this is so what you're looking for, and it could be like the missing pieces as to why you don't feel aligned to what you're doing. If you feel very tired and fatigued, it's usually because you're not taking actions in that alignment of what the way your soul is designed. And we actually do this within 14 days. I'm able to teach you exactly how to do this in 14 days. That's why it's called the 14-day Soul Aligned Manifestation Challenge, because I'm going to basically going to give you everything you need in order to have the group setting, a very intimate group. I don't expect a lot of people to be in it. I want it to be a very intimate group. And so what will happen is you'll be able to be in complete alignment to your own unique energetic signature, your divine gifts, and your manifesting blueprints, because I'm going to give you a PDF file of exactly what your blueprints are, which will give you a complete roadmap to success. But you'll be able to discover what your soul specializes in, and how to bring that unlimited wealth in. You'll be able to feel amazing in finding your own personal soul line manifestation archetype, which will really help you to up-level your new spiritual or psychic gifts even more, and be able to tap into your psychic gifts and bring infinite abundance in and really start to stand out in your industry. So if you really want to jump on this, go click on that button there, because it's just $4.97, or if you pay in full, or if you want the 3 months of payment option, it's $197. Or if you prefer the VIP treatment, which is, you get all the benefits of that, what I just said, but also you'll get a personal clearing of your invisible blocks to success, which is my first level 1 clearing work. And this level work is one of my biggest ones, which actually takes me if I actually do your whole thing, it actually takes me 7 hours to do, because I have to record your whatever was blocking you, but also your blueprints. But in this case, I'm just going to only read your blueprints. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to create a smaller version of your recording and clear like over 20 some blocks that I find that karmically blocks us from creating more fame and fortune. And so for the VIP version of that, it's $14.97, or you can do three payments of $555. So originally that sold out for me, but I wanted to give everyone an opportunity, because you came here live, to take that VIP spot, because honestly, it takes me a lot of time for me to do it for even just one person. So this is why there's only 5 spots for this VIP option. And so basically you will be able to get a private video of your psychic attunement, of whatever you want to manifest. You also have private calls with me, just for the people that are VIP. And also, again, I will remove all of those soul level blocks of success. And if you also sign up today for even just the challenge itself, like just for the 197 or the 497, you will also get a shell clearing or a 20-minute recording of your highest psychic gifts blueprints. It's your choice. Which one you want to do. So this is a really, really good chance to start to get in alignment. Okay, so that was the major, I had to say this whole thing because I wanted you to know what's the biggest opportunity for you right now. Because when you step into knowing how to use your blueprints, it's going to really literally infinitely help you to receive more in your life, right? So here's the step 2 that you need to do. So remember, the first step of getting in alignment is make that new consciousness that I'm a business owner, that I'm a creator of my own life, and I'm a leader, right? I'm a soul alignment leader. And so here's the other secret. After I did that, that really did change my life. It really brought me all of that opportunity that I just told you in a very, very short period of time. The second step that I took was I moved energy. I literally moved energy. So what that really means is it's actually one of the reasons that I was able to get so much amazing media was I moved energy around me every single day. I focused on what is that one soul aligned action that I could manifest what I desire every 2 days. I literally only thought about what I can do in every 2 days, and I would manifest, and I would do that on purpose. I didn't try to think about think about it, think through it, right? I just thought, okay, how can I make a bigger impact and how can I expand my reach more? And I aligned to my divine gift, which is love and connection. So everything I did in my life, because it was my soul's gift, I only just aligned to what was the subjective way of how I expressed love and connection. So whether that was doing a lot of stuff out of self-love, or giving more love and connection to my husband and my son. We went to swimming in the hot ponds, whatever I could create in my family life, but also whatever I could create for in my work, right? So I gave more and more connection to my Facebook group. I had them tell about their love stories, right? It's all really connected to my type of soul's gift. So you have your own soul's gifts. So if you're able to take just that actions that are aligned to that specific divine gift, you will start to see things start just happening, right? So those kind of aligned actions were very, very crucial, right? So whether I was just posting in other people's Facebook groups, or communicating with them, giving more loving connection to some people, I hosted free 5-day challenges, whatever I could do to get people more active, right? Doing my video live stream shows daily, joining other people's paid programs so that people just see me more, right? Pitching to each of the media that I wished that I wanted to get featured on. I specifically reached out to those people, or I asked other people, how can I get on that thing, right? And I was just talking and just inspiring my tribe and also inspiring my biz besties. Everybody that was all surrounding me, I just tried to arrange all my schedule so that I could really tune into taking those aligned actions, right? So each of those soul aligned actions I took, I always thought of what is it of my blueprint that I can do right now that I could impact more. And the more I did that, the more explosions of manifestations happened, literally within every day, right? So if you think it's not possible, it's totally possible as long as it is your aligned gift. It really does work. And what you're actually doing, this is not doing from the brain, honestly. This is actually doing from the heart. Your soul's gifts is actually aligned from connection to source in your heart. And this is why it's so powerful for me. Actually, yesterday I cried a lot about this because I was just what I'm offering here is really priceless. It's going to help people to really feel their soul, really start to feel really good, because it's coming from a place of in their heart. It's not coming from their brain. You're not manifesting from your brain. You're literally like getting so aligned to the way your soul likes to show up that it's really flowing and easy. So each time that I just took those soul aligned actions, I really just thought about that one thing. What could I do more to impact more people? But on top of do that very specific vibration that is my soul, right? So that's the second step, okay? Third step, right, is you need to expand your consciousness. Really, again, expand your consciousness and your reach and be actually connected to source itself. And you really just do it starting small and just growing bigger. Like really literally thinking small little actions that I'm going to take that's going to keep growing me bigger for my bigger vision, right? But the only way to actually have that much opportunities come to you, like getting in the media and stuff like that, is you have to be connected to source. And being connected to source actually helps move things for you and can support you in what you want to create. But you actually need to go from free will to divine will. You still have free will to do what you want to do, but it's actually like allowing source to create all the opportunities and all the things that you want in your life, but doing it in alignment to the way that your soul's mission is. And when you get into that deeper level of being connected, so connected to source, like source would just like give you all the ideas, like go launch this program. And you may not even have the details, right? But you're going to create the details anyway. But if you get an idea and source tells you like, go and launch this idea, and then you're like, oh, I don't even have any experience about that. How am I going to do that? This is always me. Whenever source tell me something like I need to do, I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know how to do this. And it's always like that. But then if you take action at the very moment and source says like, go do that, you'll find that like everything starts to come abundantly to you like with ease. So, but you really, really have to be starting from that deeper connection that what I'm offering is divinely my mission, my divine responsibility to express this and to help people, right? So you can actually do this either online or offline, whatever like feels right for you, but essentially figure out a way that you're going to be able to host things so people can gather, so you can contain people to really work with you, right? If it's a Facebook group, if it's, doing a meetup group, to being in person, whether it's like going to see people in person, right? Speaking on stage, like think about all the different ways that your soul can show up to in the masses, and you'll start to see that things starts to move, right? So like when I was running my healing and yoga and metaphysical storefronts, I had like over like 300 to 1,000 member centers, like offline centers, offline. And I grew all of them to become leaders of their movement, whatever that they wanted to create. And I basically, help them to create more of outreach. And they gave like free yoga classes and teaching and I taught like spiritual workshops and meditation groups, like whatever I was passionate about, I would just like help them to get out there more, but also help me to like, what would help me to make a bigger impact. And that's what you need to do. If it's in the online space, think of your Facebook group as that. It's the place where everybody gets to meet. They meet like 24/7. They can talk about whatever they want to talk about, right? You really need to focus on the small stuff that's going to affect in a larger scale, right? So start hosting, 5-day challenges or offline events, right? Get on other podcasts. If somebody gives you the opportunity to go and talk to their audience, go do it, right? Don't always just say no, because you never know who you're going to impact, what is going to happen, right, from doing that. So all these publicity opportunities can organically come to you if you really stay true to your own soul's design, right, with your blueprints. So when you're getting more out there and getting more publicity, you'll really see there's a difference between that soul alignment and true divine soul alignment. And you're not just like in the doing, but you really are here connected beyond all levels of your dimensional level and delivering source energy and your unique divine gifts, blueprints, and your business energetic frequencies. Like you're giving your uniqueness and it's coming directly from source. There's really a difference between that, your real divine soul alignment. And so, of course, this really took like a lot of effort, right? Like to really start to get out there and be visible. But in that process, I learned so much about myself and people, and it got me more and more feeling my gift, because my gift is about love and connection. So I was always every day waking up feeling fulfilled, because it was directly my own soul's way of expression. It was like coming out in front of my eyes, and I was seeing it in the outside, because whatever you're thinking in your mind, you also need to create that on the outside. If you haven't created all that circumstances outside of you, that's why you feel very lost and confused. You need to create a community of people that will really support you in what you really love doing, right? So everything I launched was just whatever I felt like in terms of what I needed to do in terms of at soul level. So sometimes we can feel this big gap, because we as humans, between our spirituality and our business, like we can feel this huge gap between what we are, right, at soul level, and what we are as a human. And really, you really have to embrace your humanity in order to embrace your spirituality at the same time, because actually your human experience is the one that's going to bring the gap together. And I think like what a lot of people suffer is this feast and famine thing, because they have become so disconnected to source and their spirituality, or they have so disconnected to their physicality, their body. Because we are the only one that brings heaven on earth, and it's all within us. We are the embodiment of that two parts. And if you're not experiencing heaven on earth within your human experience, that means that you have disowned or basically disconnected yourself from the two aspects of your being, right? So our earthly experience reality, we really have to bring that and possess that in our relationships and our soul's connection to nature at the same time. Because we can either be too spiritual, right, or too much in the material. And so when I got my mission, which was to help people to get in soul alignment, I saw so clearly like how disconnected we have been in this body. And actually it's about really our divine responsibility. Like saying it's my divine responsibility to evolve my soul. And we've almost like pretty much gave our power away to other teachers, other people, other coaches, and just thinking like they're going to solve and give us the magical pill. And I can tell you that everything that I have done so far, and people who really, really do well in their business and life, if they use their soul's blueprints, the one thing that makes them different is that they have divine responsibility for themselves. They always think like it's my fault. It's if I'm not having the things I want in my life, it's because I haven't really spent that enough time with my soul, or within myself, or within the things that I want to create. I haven't outwardly expressed myself. It's really, truly like our own fault, right? It's our divine responsibility. So we feel like we can actually really feel this void and this feeling of fraud and feeling like we're a failure. And when you start to feel that, that means that you have really disconnected your body, mind, and spirit together. And so within your human body, that's what you want to do, is you want to experience a wholesome being, right? You don't want to experience like, oh, way up there in the sky, right? Or way into the material. You really want to bring your humanness and bridge the gap together. And we have to actually start to up-level our 10 life areas at the same time, because if we don't do that, we can never really expand bigger and really be our true potential. So also, by the way, if you notice that when you sign up for the webinar, there was the Divine Business Gifts quiz, and that will help you gain clarity about what your soul's main divine gifts are, the one I'm talking about. So make sure you take that quiz. It's something that I created after like talking to over 250 people, free sessions. And I read everybody's blueprints. And so I found that there was 3 kinds of types of gifts that people have. And this is where they find their peace of mind. So this is where you can actually find maybe what your soul's gift is about. And for those that also came here live, now you're going to have a chance to win this 14-day group challenge that I keep talking about. All right, so let's see if I need to talk with any other specifics. So here's also the 5 mistakes that I found that other entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs have trouble with getting visible and making an impact and being the leader of their movement. Is number 1 is they don't create sacred space for themselves. You really need to clear all that physical clutter in your 3D, right? Because that really, really stops you from really getting out more in the public, because it makes you feel very, very heavy, right? Your physical environment is so important. If you're living in the place you don't love, don't live there. Go move, right? If you are living in an area where it's just like not where you can be where you can feel supported in community, go move, right? No more excuses, because everything that we create right now is going to influence what we're going to create later, right? So if you've got all that physical clutter and stuff like that, go and get rid of stuff, right? And number 2 is, what I find is people are not utilizing their divine soul blueprints in their marketing, which, they're very unique words that your soul's words, which is your energetic signature of your fourth dimensional level, that you speak a certain kind of language, right? Like your soul's words have a very specific vibration. And number 3 is not bringing all your gifts all together into your program and packages, and not fully showing up in your business because you're not using all of your dimensional aspects and your 5th dimensional aspects specifically. 4 is not clearing those soul level blocks. And that's really, really blocking you in your 5th dimensional aspect and your 4th and your 3rd. And that really stops you from actually, launching what you desire, right? And then 5 is not doing what you are at soul level in terms of your manifesting blueprints, because again, you really need to bring from the 7th dimension to the 3rd to make it really in alignment to your transformations of what you want to create for your clients, right? But if you're not at that level of utilizing your manifesting blueprints, like you end up like creating some stuff that you don't want, right? So now, after hearing all this talk, how are you guys feeling? Are you still feeling the energy coming through, like with your blueprints? Are you feeling more grounded in your body? I think like you're probably like really have opened up your heart a lot. Whatever I just talked about it's very powerful stuff that I'm talking about. So if you're really trying to digest all the stuff that I'm talking about, please go listen to the replay again, because it's very profound. All of this new level of download of information I am like sending energetically to you guys. That last 2 keys to get epic sales, lead your movement, and be authentic in your business is, number 1, be aware of your ego sabotage blocks. These soul level blocks, if you're not aware of them, they actually start to sabotage you from actually creating what you wanted in your whole launch, or even like, especially like whenever I do my webinars and stuff like that, my husband and my son, they used to get sick, and they used to like create all kinds of trouble where I couldn't really focus on my launch. Sabotage, right? If there are that going on, that means that you're really up leveling, and you really have to know how to your boundaries so that they don't really block you, right? That is what actually stops us from creating anything in our life, is ego sabotage. Is you have to go in alignment with what you're at soul level, and again with your manifesting blueprint, because when you start making those choices and you start to see how your business marketing archetypes and all those soul level blocks that you may be having, if that's all gone, you'll be able to start to really self-express. All right, so now I think everybody's been waiting, right, for my announcement. So here's a special scholarship winner. So if Christine, you could tell me in the chat box who in the raffle who is ready to receive their the the 14-day Soul Line Manifestation Challenge valued at $497. So let's see if there's any. Everybody did put your name in and put win, right? Even if you're not sure, just put your name win. So Christine, if you could let me know. Did everybody have trouble getting on the webinar? There was oh, it looks like some people are getting just straight into YouTube, huh? Sorry about that if you guys were having trouble getting on there. Oh, so the winner is Candace Thought. Yay! Candace, this is so perfect for you. Oh my God, it's so perfect for you. I know Candace lives on Oahu, in Hawaii, so I'm excited for her. Yay! Everybody, like, congrats her, because this is going to take her to her next level. Cool. All right. I see everybody all congratulating. Yay. All right. So anyway, this is your last chance. If you really want to start to get into soul alignment, like, now is your time. Now is your time. Because honestly, like, for you to work with me privately, it's like at least $1,500 for me to do your clearing and to work with me privately, or even more. Because how I work with you is that I really clear all of those soul level blocks. And there's like 4 levels that I have to clear a person in order for them to really experience the most divine abundance. And I'm doing it for you to really step into your potential, like totally step into your leadership. And a lot of times why people can't step into your leadership is because of that background noise, that energetic noise. So I'm literally like getting rid of that for you. So remember now, what you're going to experience is a lot of the stuff that I've learned from very big names like Jen Scalia, Kirma Luna, Andrea Hess, Selena Soul, Zach Buckler, Tepsi, who's my amazing bestie, and Kat Latorso, Reagan Hillier, Pollyanna Brown is also my biz bestie. Like, I've learned a lot of this stuff, and I have all the tools for you to up-level your mindset, to help you to utilize your divine soul blueprints, your energetic signature, your learning about the polarity of money, your spiritual law, business strategy, leveraging automation and alignment, and your divine gifts, and you'll get your manifesting blueprints. All of that stuff is going to be with the program. So I think, like, can everybody actually click on that link? Because if you haven't been able to, I'm going to show you what it actually looks like. It seems like it's slow here. I wanted to show you the page, because on there you can basically get straight in there. So actually, give me a sec. I'm going to share my screen so we can talk about that. And if you have any questions for me, okay, any questions for me, go and put it in the box right now. Then print it to everyone. Okay, can everybody see my screen? I'm gonna make it bigger. So on the link, it's going to take you to this page right here. And so there's actually a video right here that I did about like 3 months ago. I don't even know how long ago it was. Like, seriously, I had a download from Source, which was this program. And I made a video of how I created this challenge and how I was gonna write it all out. So that video is actually there. You can see that very moment when I when I decided to create this new challenge. So here it is, all the information, right? And so you're gonna have a chance right now to get it for $497 or 3 payments of $197. And really the difference between the VIP and just the regular one, just so you know, is that with the VIP, you're going to get the big clearing, the level 1 clearing. And honestly, that level 1 clearing is one of the biggest ones. When anybody work with me, it's like really, really big, and it takes me a really long time to do. So the VIP options, you get a private video, a psychic attunement for whatever you want to manifest. You'll get private live calls with me and the level 1 clearing. You also get your soul level blocks removed, right, in your Akashic records that are specifically about how you can create, get rid of your soul level blocks and your financial blocks. And basically for the 14-day challenge, we'll do daily videos to uplevel your current wealth frequency and achieve your visibility and fame goals. You'll have 2 live calls to ask me basically anything. This is just for the regular, not the VIP option. Everybody's getting this. Tools to, again, uplevel your mindset, and like the videos are basically going to share all of that information. Plus, you're going to get these meditations that are specifically to help you to connect with source. And there is actually this very specific, when I was going through my initiation, there was very specific meditation postures that was so perfect, directly from source. And so we're going to actually use that as the meditation and for the 14 days to help you to really be being source. And so all of that you get, right, for $497 if you pay in full now, or payments of $197, right? Whatever you choose is fine, but the difference is for the VIP, you will get the big, huge clearing, right? And then the other bonuses that I said here at the bottom. Okay, so if you really want to get on this, go jump on, click that link, and right here you can choose, right, your full payment, the $497, the $1497 for the VIP, or the payment plans is right here, $197 or $555. Okay. All right. So anybody have questions or concerns about like why you should choose this now? Like go ask in the chat box now. Let's see if there's anybody have any questions. I'm going to go all the way back up and see, because I was just totally chatting away. Did anybody have trouble getting on? It seemed like everybody was having trouble getting on, huh? I'm just reading in the chat box. Leslie said her biggest intention is creating inner peace. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody couldn't hear. You should have been able to get on your phone in order to watch this, but maybe it might have not worked this time. I'm sorry about that if you had trouble getting on your phone to watch the webinar. But usually Easy Webinar is what I use. It's so totally fine. Debbie says, Naomi is amazing, and this is such a great offer. I have experienced the clearing, and this is only a fraction of the investment. It's true, right? I had such a huge clearing. It's moved my life forward in a huge way. Totally, like Debbie is going after doing her big clearing. Like she's like skyrocketing in her business now. I'm so happy for you. All right, so if you have already worked with you and have our blueprint, is there an option for participating at a different rate? Oh, is this Kirsten? The blueprint, the blueprint is actually, so the difference of what we're doing here is the challenge is more for you to take action. So it's just kind of like a course. So there's not really a different rate. It's just going to allow you to take a bigger step. Like my biggest takeaway is creating this daily self-expression, which in turn will help me zero in on my soul alignment gifts. That's what Leslie says. Oh, awesome. I'm good. I'm glad that was what your takeaways. All right. Well, I guess no one has any other specific questions. Any other specific questions? This course here is totally different from what I've taught before. it's a whole nother level. It's actually the advanced level of all the things that I've done before. If you've worked with me and you've done the clearing blueprint. Oh, I think I know what you're asking, Kristen. If you want to do this and you want to get the bonus, you basically will get an extra clearing. Like if you choose the VIP option, then you can get the extra relationship clearing. You can choose which one you want. Okay. All right. Well, I think everybody all. I'm gonna stop share screening. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, I hope that really enlightened you, right? Like you got amazing takeaways. And really, I truly want people to start manifesting from the heart, not from the brain anymore. I got direct acknowledgement from source that this is going to really help open up people a lot in terms of like opening their heart into actually manifesting from the heart, not from the brain. And I think I cried like all day yesterday because I realized like how powerful that this kind of way of being is going to really impact people. As soon as I can figure out how I can, make this much easier for everybody to like understand the blueprints, which actually I'm going to start creating my soul alignment spiritual school called SAS M3, which is about manifestation, mindset, and mastery. And so a lot of the things that I also want to teach, I'm going to create a school just for this alone. Like, how can you manifest utilizing your blueprints? Because I think like there's like so much knowledge out there, right? But like, or somebody else does the clearing for you or whatever, right? But I want you to be able to do this by yourself. So I'm pretty much going to be creating that too. You're going to see that's going to be coming up. Also, I'm going to create more spiritual retreats when I get to Maui. So if you guys been wanting to come to Hawaii, come visit me, because I'm going to create some soul alignment manifestation retreats. And also, I also got another big goal, which is to create 12 apprentices, soul alignment leader apprentices. So you're going to see also me doing that. It's a whole bigger level where basically you can be behind my shoulder and actually learn all the things that like I do every day to really get into soul alignment and really, really step into your leadership. So that's coming up very soon. So I have like amazing stuff happening. If you've been wanting to know more about this also, I have my 2 live stream shows that I'll be doing, and it's on my personal page. So just make sure that you are, you try to attend whenever you see on my news feed. On your news feed, make sure you're subscribed there, and then you can see all of the things that I will be teaching. I'm going to have 2 shows, which is going to be Soul Aligned Abundance live stream show, and then the other one is going to be my Fame and Fortune and Impact Leader show. There's two different ones, and the reason is because I found that I have 2 kinds of audiences. One that is more about they really, really need help in terms of bringing in money and because they feel so disconnected to their humanity. So that show is going to be more for the soul aligned abundance live stream show, and then the other one will be more tailored towards those who are already pretty financially abundant, but they really want to be source and to step into their leadership in being source and being initiated. And so that show is more meant for those that are already like leaders in their industry. So the way that I'm going to be talking in the messaging is going to it's going to help those people. And then also, if you want, we are going to start a big challenge. I'm going to start to do a big challenge in probably a month or 2 in my free Facebook group. So make sure that you guys jump in my free Facebook group, Fame and Fortune Soul Alignment Business Owners Facebook group. And so if you could put that in there. Oh, she's already done that. Make sure Christine puts, she'll have that there to make sure that you're following me in terms of the Facebook group, because it's very, very active in there. And I'm planning on really up-leveling all of you guys and teaching you more about this soul aligned manifestation and creating master classes and some live streams to help you guys to grow even more. And let's see. And then, yeah, if you want to know more about what I do and my services, you can visit my website at www.beingalohi.com. So it's BEINGALOHI.com, or my name, which is leimomikilikuli.com. That's basically where my membership site is, actually. So all right, so awesome. Thank you for listening to watching my webinar, and I'm hoping to do another webinar about this kind of topics, especially if we're talking about creating a divine business. And I tried my best to stick everything in this hour and a half. So don't forget to go on my Facebook page, go and like it, join my Fame and Fortune Facebook group that I said, so you can be around more like-minded people. Join in to my live stream shows, like I said, because I give amazing information like this. And later on, all of that is going to be housed in my SaaS M3 school. And so if you have any other questions, I'll be there on the chat box for another 30 minutes. So if you have any other questions you have in regards to, if you really do want to sign up for this this course and you have more questions for me, then totally go ask there, or any other questions that you may have. All right, so let's make an impact, right? And really step into your leadership and just like be the leader of your movement. I'm giving you permission to be yourself, to do what you love, to do it on purpose, right? So I hope that I'll be seeing you all very soon, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, this is Naomi Kilikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach. Bye for now.